Greetings. I feel like my voice just cracked right there. And I don't know why. That was weird. 26 years old. I should be done with this crap. Hey, come on. Alright. Taking a quick dab. Sorry. Ooh, but today's gonna be a fun day for streaming, because I plan on streaming this right now, as you guys can see, streaming Skyrim. But then later on today, I'm planning on streaming some stuff over on Twitch and all that, like Doom: The Dark Ages, and either Oblivion or Clear Obscure Expedition 33. One of those two. Yeah, I plan on streaming 3 games today. One of them is up in the air right now, so. Yeah. Currently I only have Reclaim, so that's gonna be fun. Did smoke. Hopefully I get paid here soon. Hopefully. But unfortunately I haven't, so it is what it is. So now that next episode we got done with this show, Karen. We got all the other skills required to do and read it. And that was actually a very cool effect. So yeah, now we're just have to find Ariel's bow. 100%, going to be 100% honest with you, I'm not sure if we're done with the Dawnguard DLC or not. So, as I said, this is my first time going through the Dawnguard DLC. So. Ooh. Yeah, and apparently David Tennant was spotted on the set of Avengers Doomsday, so kind of curious what the plan for there is. I know he played a villain in Jessica Jones. So like my only assumption maybe could be that he's reprising his role from Jessica Jones to help introduce Jessica Jones into the MCU. Maybe? Maybe. I'm not sure. Be funny if he's playing the Doctor. Alrighty.
Who's there?
Alrighty.
I heard something.
Okay. What do I say? Yeah.
Something's not right here. Be careful. I think we may be in for some trouble.
Alrighty. I can't see shit, so give me one quick moment. Okay. Okay. Where does it take me? Help. Help. Ah! Where is it taking me? What's going on?
Done and done. Who's there? Done and done.
Kinda spooky. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't remember this the campaign this dark. It's been this dark, so it's like.
What happened to them? These people. Why would anyone want to set up camp here?
Waterfall cave note. Was it? Sister, I know that you'll come find me, but it will be too late. If you find us later, get out of this forsaken cave as soon as possible. We refuse to think that we could live so close to such creatures and live peacefully. As I headed back to camp with you after we placed torches down here, I thought these souls would be different, that they would somehow understand that we didn't want to hurt them. Yeah, you were a fool. Okay. Nope, not this way. Just get that way. Of course I am. Okay. Oh! I see. Careful. Jesus Christ, I can't see shit. God.
Something's not right here. Be careful. I think we may be in for some trouble.
Yep, I see trouble up ahead right there. Alrighty. So we're just gonna pull that. Quick save real quick. I have to sell some stuff after this. Who's that? How are you?
What's that?
Come forward. You have nothing to fear here.
Ah, is getting ready to attack you, sir. If you say you come in peace, you come in peace, I guess. Why do I feel so why do I feel smaller than you? Hold on. Why are you so tall? Why is my character so short? Okay, it's whatever.
I am Knight Paladin Gelabor. Welcome to the Great Chantry of Auriel.
This cave is a temple of Ariel.
Auriel, Auriel, Alkosh, Akatosh, so many different names for the sovereign of the Snow Elves.
Wait, you're a Falmer? You don't look like a Falmer.
I prefer Snow Elf. The name Falmer usually holds a negative meaning to most travelers.
Okay.
Those twisted creatures you call Falmer, I call the Betrayed.
Imagine you know why we're here.
Of course. You're here for Auriel's bow. Why else would you be here? I can help you get it, but first, I must have your assistance.
What type of
I need you
assistance
to kill Archcurate Vertha, my brother.
Your brother? Why?
The kinship between us is gone. I don't understand what he's become, but he's no longer the brother I once knew. It was the Betrayed. They did something to him. I just don't know why Auriel would allow this to happen.
What exactly did the Betrayed do?
They swept into the Chantry without warning, and began killing everyone without pause.
Didn't you fight
The
back?
Chantry was a place of peaceful worship. I led a small group of paladins, but we were no match for the Betrayed's sheer numbers. They slaughtered everyone, and stormed the inner sanctum, where I believe they corrupted Vertha.
You don't even know if he's alive.
He's alive. I've seen him, but something's wrong. He never looks as though he's in pain or under duress. He just stands there and watches, as though waiting.
Have you tried getting into the inner sanctum?
Leaving the way shrines unguarded would be violating my sacred duty as a Knight Paladin of Auriel, and an assault on the Betrayed guarding the inner sanctum would only end with my death. Yes, let me show you.
I'm curious, what does that do? Activate books. Hmm. Okay.
This is snow elf. Incredible.
This structure is known as a way shrine. They were used for meditation and for transport when the Chantry was a place of enlightenment. Prelates of these shrines were charged with teaching the mantras of Auriel to our initiates.
What's that basin in the center signify?
Once the initiate completed his mantras, he'd dip a ceremonial ewer in the basin at the way shrine's center and proceed to the next way shrine.
So these initiates had to lug around
And
a
these
heavy
space trains
pitcher of
became the
water.
transportation system for outer source online.
How long would they have to do that?
Well, once
cool.
the Initiate's enlightenment was complete, he'd bring the Ewer to the Chantry's inner sanctum. Pouring the contents of the Ewer into the sacred basin of the sanctum would allow him to enter for an audience with the Archcurate himself.
All that just to end up dumping it out? Makes no sense to me.
It's symbolic. I don't expect you to understand.
So, let's get this straight. We need to do all that nonsense to get into the temples so we can kill your brother and claim Ariel's bow.
I know how it all sounds. But if there was another way, I'd have done it long ago. The only way to get to my brother is by following in the Initiate's footsteps and traveling from way shrine to way shrine, just as they did. The first lay at the end of Darkfall Passage, a cavern that represents the absence of enlightenment.
How many rations are there?
There are 5 in total,
Okay.
spread far apart across the Chantry.
These caves must be massive.
Caves? Oh no. The Chantry encompasses far more than a few caves, as you'll soon discover. But
Oh, no.
before I send you on your way, you'll need the Initiate's Ewer.
So I'll need to fill this at each race, right?
Once you've located a way shrine, there'll be a spectral prelate tending to it. They will allow you to draw the waters from the shrine's basin, as if you've been enlightened.
I'll be off then.
This may be the last time we're able to converse. If you have any questions before you leave, I suggest you ask them. Otherwise, all I can do now is grant you my hopes for a safe journey. Questions? I expected as much.
Who are
We
you
were
people?
once a wealthy and prosperous society that occupied a portion of Skyrim. Unfortunately, we were constantly at war with the Nords, who claimed the land as their ancestral home. In a manner of speaking, we had always maintained an uneasy alliance with the underground-dwelling dwarves, and when faced with extinction, we turned to them for help. Surprisingly, they agreed to protect us, but demanded a terrible price: the blinding of our race. There were splinter groups that resisted the agreement, and even some that sought alternate alliances. But when it was all said and done, those elves were either slaughtered, vanished, or gave up and took the dwarves' bargain. I've often asked myself that very same question. The blinding of my race was supposedly accomplished with a toxin, certainly not enough to devolve them into the sad and twisted beings they've become. This is, or was, the epicenter of our religion. Most of the Snow Elf people worshipped Auriel. The Chantry was constructed near the beginning of the First Era to provide a retreat for those that wished to become enlightened. Our empire had temples to some of the other deities. Trinimac, Ciribane, Yffrey, and Finister rounded out the rest. But those temples paled in comparison to the glory of the Chantry and its way shrines. Oh yes, they were an important part of the process here. They represented the steps the Initiates took on the path to total enlightenment. Sadly, the magic used to construct these wonders were lost long before I arrived here. The Chantry is quite isolated, so it took some time for word of the dwarves' offer to reach us here. By the time the compact had been completed, it was too late for us to even attempt to intervene. Correct. We only numbered perhaps 100 at the time, so our presence remained a secret to the dwarves and the Nords. Ironically, our undoing came at the hands of our own people.
You mean betrayed?
Yes, they swarmed the Chantry in vast numbers until we were completely overrun. We never really stood a chance. I assumed that the Archcurate was corrupted by them when they found a way to breach the inner sanctum. Verthin and myself are the only 2 snow elves that remain. They're ghosts of the snow elf priests that tended the way shrines before being slaughtered by the betrayed. Through the grace of Auriel, they were restored to their spectral form to enable them to continue their duties. I'm afraid in their current form, They still believe the Chantry to be an active center of worship. They won't respond to you in any way other than believing that you're an initiate and you're undertaking the journey to the inner sanctum. May Auriel keep you free from harm.
That wasn't as unpleasant as I thought it would be. Kind of soothing, actually. I feel a little warmer now.
Why does this feel like a Morrowind cave?
Where'd you come from?
Stupid thing.
That'll teach you. Who's there? Done and done. Who's there? Done and done. Where'd you come from? Done and done.
Getting curious.
Who's there? That'll teach you.
See, I'm gonna. I read that.
Who's there? Done and done.
That's kind of creepy.
Where'd you come from? I knew I heard something. That'll teach you. Who's there? Knew I heard
Alright, hold on.
Wood chains and traps. Be careful here. Whatever's on the other side of this, I don't want to keep.
Okay, we have the shield. Nice. I wanted the shield. Menu. It's okay. Need that.
Where'd you... That'll teach you.
Good, okay, this is pretty.
By the blood.
Stairs. Okay. Let's continue on. Oh, we. That's so cool.
I think that's another way shrine up there. Here we go.
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Illumination. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it light your path as you seek tranquility within the inner sanctum.
Okay. I'm outside. Okay.
This is incredible. It's like a whole other world. Come on, the bow has... in this valley somewhere.
Well, remember, we have to find the race runs first. It's just a question of which one's gonna be closer. Ooh, excuse me.
Where'd you come from?
Welcome, Initiate. This is the Way Shrine of Sight. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Yes. Then behold Ariel's gift, my child. May it speed your journey to the inner sanctum.
Let's get indoors. Or in a cave. Anywhere. Just out of this. Never saw anything like this back on the island.
Same. Like this area is like very gorgeous. Look at that.
You've reached the Way Shrine of Learning, Initiate. Ariel bless you, child, for you are a step closer to the inner sanctum and everlasting wisdom.
I'm not better than this. Does this ice feel a little thin to you?
Just a bit. Come in!
Where'd you come from?
What the fuck? Alright, nope, hold on. No, don't go underwater! Where's the other one? There's no gal.
Where'd you come from?
Give me your soul. I want your soul. Nom, 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 nom. No.
You've arrived at the Way Shrine of Resolution. Are you prepared to honor the mantras of Ariel and fill your vessel with his enlightenment? Then go forth, child. May the enrichment of Ariel strengthen your resolve as you undertake your journey to the inner sanctum.
This must be that beautiful Skyrim weather I've always heard about.
Alright, I think I just need one more. Yep. Was I supposed to continue that way? Okay, maybe not that way. Okay, so like, I am so confused.
Where'd you
That is totally what I want to do.
Where'd you come from?
Who? Where?
Who's there? Done and done.
Indeed.
Who's there? I knew I heard something. That's okay. Done and done.
Okay, I feel like we just went the wrong, completely opposite way of where we needed to actually go. For some other reason. Maybe not. It's getting bigger, so the compass marking. Well, of course, the last one's in here.
What have you done? That'll teach you. Not the most solid construction here. Not what I expected.
I am so glad there is water down here. Holy shit. I thought I was dead. I am not gonna lie. I was gonna say, like, is it what? Impressive.
There.
Nice. That was a battle.
Where'd you come from?
Okay. If anything, I think that's a good. This is actually a good ending point. I'll pick this up later on, and I'll catch you all next time. Gotta do some stuff around the house, then I'll probably be streaming on Twitch. So if you guys want to see all that, it'll be over on Twitch under Sidron. I'll probably post a link in the post section too. So yeah, see you guys there.